Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. Good to be out again. Not quite as cold as last week. If you haven't seen last week's video, God blimey, you want to have a look in the corner there, I'll link it. But yeah, I got pretty cold there. What I'm doing tonight is a wild camp in my little permission bit of woodland. I was going to go a little bit further afield, but I ran out of time this morning and I was a little bit dubious as to whether it was going to be suitable. So what I'll probably do there is take the dog for a nice long walk later on in the week, and then I'll get an idea of the lie of the ground for this proposed next sort of woodland camp, which I'm quite excited about, if the terrain is suitable. It looks pretty craggy, so I'm just wondering whether there was going to be a level bit. But I'm out, as I say, in my permission. I bought my Hexpeak V4 Tent tonight. It looks good and it's nice now it's up, but crikey, it wasn't the easiest of tents to pitch, and you're really given the very minimum with it. I did pitch it in the garden to seam seal it and it seemed pretty simple enough, but there's some other tie down points that you'd think how much does it cost just to give a little bit more guy line and for those little extra bits. And also I put the inner in, and I'll just show you the cutaway now. There's these little tags to sort of bring the inner away and towards the outer fly sheet, and it's tab to tab, and there's just no way I couldn't think of, apart from what I've done, which is steal a bit of cordage from the rest of the tent, make a loop, and then put a stick through it to, well, basically hold the inner from draping over my face. But there you go. I'll probably just mod it a bit more permanently when I get the tent back home, but it's nice to try out a new tent. I've got all my gear with me. I'm going to have an open fire tonight, which is good, and do some great cooking, which I'm also very much looking forward to. So that's the tent set up. In the tent I've got my reflective under blanket. I won't tell you what happened to the one I made on a video, but the dog was involved. I've got another one of those to make. I'm using my Rabascent 900 sleeping bag, probably a bit over the top tonight because it's not going to be anything like as cold as it was up at that tarn last week. I've got my Trekology pillow and various bits and bobs which I'll go through as the evening goes on, but we've got some great cooking tonight. I've got something quite special for this evening and also a pretty tasty breakfast. So what I'm going to do now is just get the camp a little bit more in order, make a fire. I'm not going to light it yet, it's only 3 o'clock, and oh well, I will use my stove to have a cup of coffee very shortly, but I'll catch up with you in a bit. I brought the wood with me. I'm going to dig a little pit very close to the tent here so I can sit next to it, close to the tent, as the light goes down and enjoy the fire, and I'm really looking forward to some decent cooking tonight. Well, I've just had a really heavy rain shower, but the fire kept going. I just hid in the tent for about an hour. So I've got my TJM Metalworks mini fire anchor now over the fire, and tonight what we're going to be cooking is, I've got some pork belly in here, not everyone's favourite because it's so fatty, but I like it, and I've got it marinating in some char siu sauce which I got in a jar, and I think it's really good. I've also put a bit of soy and a bit of honey in there as well, so I'm going to grill those on the TJM Metalworks special. And very simply with that, I've got some noodles and the secret ingredient. Thank you very much to Rodney Bird, one of the Instagram followers, who sent me this. It's minced chili and peanuts in chili oil, and it's just absolutely delicious. Gives the noodles a real kick. So I'm going to mix the noodles up with those once they're cooked. Whoa. Wow. Right, well, that's cooking up. I'll just talk to you for a minute. I'm just after your advice really on how you think the channel is going or should go. It's a bit bizarre. I really enjoy doing these videos, but it's also wonderful to get feedback and also new subscribers. And on that point of new subscribers, I don't know what else I can do. I'm hovering around this sort of 9,400 number, and it just seems to me like a trickle of subscribers every few days. And I'm not saying that I'm worth more, I'm just interested in your thoughts as to maybe what you'd like to see, what subjects you'd like me to cover, and yeah, if there's anything that sort of you go, oh yeah, you know, I think you could do that a bit better, or my thumbnails, something like that. I'm working on those. I know they're an attractive part of what comes up next. When you're watching someone's video, you get this up next, and you sometimes get these quite powerful thumbnails, so I'm going to work on those. But yeah, I'm just interested. Leave a comment, please. Oh, like and subscribe if you can. But yeah, maybe a lot of people say just keep doing what you do, and I really do appreciate that loyalty, and it's brilliant. But you know, I've got broad shoulders, and if any of you think, well, the reason I don't watch you so much is because of this, then I'll take it. You know, and I'll find it interesting. It'd be great to get the subscriber count up, because I put an enormous amount of work into these videos. I enjoy it because I'm out here doing what I love, but it's also be nice to sort of try and get that reward of a decent sort of following base. So yeah, whilst that cooks, think about it and make some comments below, and remember, like and subscribe, and when we hit that 10,000 number, God, there's a really good giveaway planned. Let's get one of these off. Like that. Hot, hot, hot. I just want to cut these into bite-sized bits. And not forgetting into the noodles the peanut and chili paste. Whoa! Oh, nearly another disaster. Doing well here. Give that a mix in. And on top, there we go. Quite a well done bit there, mate. That's open fire cooking for you. Suits me. Well, here we go. I'm looking forward to this. That is stunning. Oh, what a kick to it with that peanut and chili oil. Fantastic. God, gonna have some more of that. Thanks, Matty, for my lovely bowl. Let's have another go there. That's something else. God. Well, as usual, I'm not going to get criticised for slurping away in front of the camera. Dead easy to make. Char siu, pork belly, spicy noodles, on an open fire. Well, it's got some kick to it. I'll speak to you after I've had this. Well, I've just made a hot chocolate. It's 9:15 now, so not too late. I had an excellent meal. I've got a couple of time lapses running, one you might have seen already, and I don't know, I'll just throw in the night lapse somewhere. I got a glimpse of a few stars, but there's quite a lot of moonlight as well, so I don't know how it's going to turn out, so your guess is as good as mine. But yeah, it's just been a perfect evening, and I'll give you a little shout just before bed. Well, that's me all tucked in. I like this tent. It's a little bit more compact. This sort of inner sleeping area is much more claustrophobic than the Scarp 1 that I was using last week, but it suits a purpose. I've got a pole for it that I stole off the the mop, but you know, a trekking pole would do brilliantly. So this tent's perfect for maybe long distance camping. Takes up absolutely no room. And yeah, you can use your trekking pole, but I'll see how it fares. I didn't get any condensation at all despite the cold weather in the Scarp, so I've got the vents open. I'll have a good night's sleep and see how this fares. But yeah, I like this tent. Anyway, I'll fade to a dying fire, which then brings you up to a lovely sunny morning, hopefully. I'll see you in the morning, folks. Well, what about this for a morning? Absolutely clear. Just brilliant. Really good night's sleep. A few sort of wake ups, but just gently dozed off again, which is great. I've got some water on for a cup of tea, and whilst that's boiling, I'm just going to tidy up this fireplace. Right, so for this morning, we've just got some chopped up red onion with some Polish sausage. We've got some partly cooked sliced potato with pancetta, some cooking oil, and a lightly beaten egg. Level test now. Too bad. Bring this down a little bit. In with the potato. In with the sausage. I love using this sausage, it's shelf stable, so you can take it on long expeditions if you want and it will keep. And finally, not really going to be scrambled eggs or an omelette or anything like that, it's just a nice mix of all sorts. There you go. No prizes for presentation, but that's going to be nice. Little breakfast fry up back in my Matty Magpie bowl. Oh, that's just perfect. What a breakfast. Wow. Good. Lots to do. I'm going to enjoy this. I'm going to pack up the camp and I'll chat to you briefly before I leave. Lots to do today. that was an absolutely great camp. I really enjoyed it. I hope you did too. I've got a full tummy, so great cooking, and yeah, it was nice to try out that tent. It's not my favourite, but I can see that it'll have its uses for, as I said earlier, the long trail where you maybe take trekking poles, so therefore you've saved a bit of weight, and it does pack up really small if you try, and also it's extremely light, so it's fit for purpose. But that's me for now. I very much enjoyed making this video. I hope you enjoyed watching it, but for now, thanks very much for joining me, and I'll see you again.